My dear viewers, hello and welcome to a new episode of our program Cairo Local Time, during which we bring you the latest political, economic, social, also sports and cultural events that are taking place in Egypt. With you today, Amal Mukhtar. I have the pleasure to be with you until 5 p.m. This is a short break, and I'm going to be back with you. Welcome back. We start this episode of Cairo Local Time with our local news bulletin. Well, Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli said that Egypt's economic reforms are showing positive results as the Purchasing Managers Index PMI has exceeded 50 points for the second consecutive month. He illustrated that the index's performance indicates a positive outlook for economic growth. Speaking at a press conference at the cabinet headquarters on Wednesday, Madbouli highlighted the Central Bank of Egypt's report of an expatriate approximate 8.7 billion US dollars increase in net foreign assets NFA in January 2025. The Premier also added that this is a substantial shift from 29 billion US dollars deficit recorded a year earlier. Madbouli noted that total increase in NFA amounts to around 37 billion US dollars, with January's increase accounting for approximately 60% of this total. He also stated that foreign exchange reserves have risen to 47.4 billion US dollars, reflecting economic stability and the government's ability to meet market needs even with increased demand for goods and foreign currency ahead of Ramadan. He further affirmed that the government is adhering to a clear plan aimed at increasing state revenues in foreign currency while rationalizing its use without affecting market activity or economic growth. Madbouli also noted that the past few weeks have shown a degree of equilibrium despite the significant impact on Suez Canal revenues due to the current geopolitical situation. Foreign Minister Badr Abdel Ati have headed to Saudi Arabia on Thursday to participate in the joint ministerial meetings of the Gulf Cooperation Council. The meeting aims at coordinating regional efforts and exchange views concerning issues of mutual concern. Foreign Minister is to participate on Friday in the extraordinary meeting of the foreign ministers of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation member states to boost Palestinian people in the face of continual Israeli aggression. Well, Minister of Finance, Minister Ahmed Kujuk, have announced on Wednesday that Egypt 1 billion the Egyptian pounds has been allocated in the fiscal year 2024-2025 budget to fund the automotive industry localization strategy. The details in the following report.
Minister of Finance Ahmed Kujuk announced Wednesday that 1 billion Egyptian pounds has been allocated in the fiscal year 2024-2025 budget to fund the automotive industry localization strategy. The initiative aims to boost local car production substantially and attract international investment into Egypt's automotive sector. The government is making swift strides towards establishing Egypt as a regional hub for automotive manufacturing. It intends to increase the local component of car manufacturing to over 45% this year. 7 companies have already registered under the new strategy, which signals positive momentum in the automotive sector. In line with this, Egypt's Customs Authority released the first shipments of production materials for these companies in August 2024. The move is expected to simplify the country's manufacturing process, with tax and customs transactions now automated for ease of operations. The government works closely with car manufacturers to encourage further registration in the new system. A dedicated unit at the Ministry of Finance has been established to streamline the procedures and resolve potential obstacles. This is a key step in Egypt's broader plan to reshape its industrial future, expand meaningful employment, and amplify the country's economic competitiveness on the global stage. The focus on localizing production comes amid a growth push by the public and private sectors to make Egypt a key player in the regional automotive industry. The 1 billion Egyptian pounds committed to the automotive industry localization strategy indicates that Egypt is positioning itself to capture a larger global automotive supply chain share. Much like recent parallel initiatives, including partnerships with global giants like Geely and Nasr Automotive.
Well, the Central Bank of Egypt has announced on Tuesday that the country's net international reserves climbed to 47.4 billion US dollars at the end of February, up from 47 January. Marks the highest reserve level recorded since data tracking began in 1992. The details are the following.
The Central Bank of Egypt, the CBE, announced Tuesday that the country's net international reserves climbed to 47.4 billion US dollars at the end of February, up from 47.26 billion US dollars in January. This marks the highest reserve level recorded since data tracking began in 1992, continuing a steady upward trend since September 2022. The NIRs, which encompass foreign currencies, gold and other financial assets after deducting foreign liabilities, are a crucial measure of a nation's ability to meet international financial commitments. They provide vital support for stabilizing the national currency, funding imports and servicing external debt during economic uncertainty. This latest increase follows a consistent rise in reserves over recent months. In December 2024, the NIRs reached a record 47.1 billion US dollars, a 157 million US dollars increase from November. Egypt's foreign exchange reserves grew by 11.9 billion US dollars year on year in 2024, significantly surpassing the 25.22 billion US dollars recorded in December 2023. The International Monetary Fund's, the IMF, third review of Egypt's financial program projected further growth, anticipating NIRs would climb to 66.5 billion US dollars by fiscal year 2028-2029. Egypt has also strengthened its financial position through major funding agreements, including securing 57 billion US dollars in financial packages from international institutions and development partners.
Welcome back. The Egyptian pavilion at the ITB Berlin 2025 Tourism Fair was inaugurated by Sharif Fathi, Minister of Tourism and Antiquities. The event commenced in the German capital Berlin and will continue until it ends today, the 6th of March. The inauguration was attended by Ambassador Mohammed El-Badri, Egypt's ambassador to Germany, Major General Dr. Khalid Mubarak, Governor of South Sinai, and Minister Amr El-Qadi, CEO of the Egyptian General Authority for Tourism Promotion. Following the inauguration, the minister took an extensive tour of the Egyptian pavilion and the nearby sub-pavilions, where he met with exhibitors and listened to their opinions and suggestions to enhance tourism movement towards Egypt from various markets, particularly in German market. Mr. Sharif Fathi emphasized the importance of participating in ITB 2025, which is one of the largest and most significant tourism fairs globally, attended by a large number and numerous decision makers and representatives of the tourism sector from around the world. He also described this participation as an opportunity to showcase and promote the richness and diversity of Egyptian tourism, which is unparalleled worldwide within the framework of the Ministry's current vision and strategy. The Minister have pointed out the significance of the German market for Egyptian tourism, as it has ranked first among the markets exporting tourism movement to Egypt over the past 3 years, especially for beach tourism. The Egyptian pavilion was well received by visitors, reflecting the grandeur of ancient Egyptian civilization in its decision. Welcome back. WeGo and the Egyptian Tourism Authority are thrilled to extend their strong collaboration, reinforcing their joint mission to spotlight Egypt as a premier global tourism and travel destination. We are going to know more in the following report.
WeGo and the International Tourism Authority are thrilled to extend their strong collaboration, reinforcing their joint mission to spotlight Egypt as a premier global travel destination. This renewed alliance builds upon previous successes, striving to showcase Egypt's extraordinary history, breathtaking scenery and dynamic cultural experiences, while enticing travelers with fresh perspectives and new adventures. The essence of this partnership lies in the shared aspiration to captivate travelers with Egypt's timeless charm, from world-renowned marvels like the Great Pyramids of Giza and the ancient temples of Luxor, to lesser-known gems such as the tranquil Siwa oasis and the unspoiled beaches along the Red Sea. The initiative aims to unveil the country's multifaceted beauty. Through this endeavor, WeGo and the Egyptian Tourism Authority seek to bring Egypt's story to life, inviting explorers, culture seekers, and adventure enthusiasts to immerse themselves in its wonders. By emphasizing the richness of its heritage and the depth of its cultural experience, the initiative aims to inspire visitors to look beyond the well-trodden path and embrace the hidden treasures that make Egypt a destination unlike any other. Preserving Egypt's rich heritage and promoting sustainable tourism remain fundamental pillars of this collaboration. Both WeGo and the Egyptian Tourism Authority are committed to fostering responsible travel experience, ensuring that visitors can explore the country's iconic landmarks while safeguarding its historical and natural wonders for generations to come.
Welcome back. To shed more light on tourism in Egypt in this segment, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone our dear guest, Mr. Amr Abdurrahman, the writer and journalist and political analyst. Good afternoon, Mr. Abdurrahman.
And good afternoon to you. Hello to you and the dear viewers.
Thank you so much. Mr. Abdurrahman, I would like to shed more light on the importance of tourism in Egypt to boosting economy.
Well, of course, tourism is one of the most important pillars of our own economy, especially that the increasing of the efforts given by the government and the Ministry of Tourism and the ministers that are connected to the same effort, the same line of effort. We are witnessing a true renaissance in that field. And of course, that means positive direction, positive points for our own economy, which of course depends on too many pillars. The tourism is one of the most important of them. According to my own researches in this field, I touch through upgrades in the levels of the efforts and the procedures taken by the government in that matter. That has helped more tourists to come from abroad, different directions, whether east or the west, and of course, beside the traditional flows from tourism, tourists that comes from Russia, from Ukraine, from Europe, from Central Europe, and of course from the Arabic Gulf.
Yes. Yes, Mr. Abdurrahman, also Egypt have held an exhibition or a showroom in Berlin and in Germany, and this tourism fair ends today in Germany. What is the importance of making exhibitions outside Egypt in foreign countries, like in Germany, and like before Egypt also had made exhibitions and fairs in, for example, in Paris, in the United States, in London, in several parts of the world, and recently Egypt have made also an exhibition for the belongings of the King Ramses II, and earlier last year it made exhibition in London and in Paris for the belongings of Tutankhamun before it came back from Europe and stayed forever in the Grand Egyptian Museum. What's the importance of this in boosting tourism in Egypt and also boosting economy?
Well, such exhibitions like that is being held in Berlin and other European and Western capitals. It means a lot in the field, in the line of connecting, especially the Germans. The Germans are true worshippers of the Arabic, the ancient Egyptian civilization, and of course, King Ramses II, one of the greater kings in the whole history, with its own victorious war in Qadesh against the Hittites, and of course that history attracts the attention of the Germans, whether the general or the ordinary citizens or the experts or those scientists in the field of the ancient history of Egypt. That is the most important and the largest. We're talking about millions of our own exhibits and our own statues and our own the remains of our own culture is spread all over the world, and especially in Germany, that are being exhibited in the museum in Germany, in Berlin. That is connecting the attraction of the ordinary citizen and encourage more tourists to come to see the roots of that civilization, the greatest civilization of all.
Yes, yes. And actually, the exhibition for King Ramses II that recently was held a month ago in Sydney in Australia, the exhibition was fully booked. Because, you know, the whole world is going crazy with, of course, the belongings of King Ramses II and his statues, and also King Tut. And this is not only for the whole world, it's only for also for the Egyptians. We are always going after the information and the belongings and the treasures of King Ramses II and King Tut. Of course, the complete collection of King Tut is going to be staying forever in the Grand Egyptian Museum, which we are expecting its inauguration, official inauguration, on the 3rd of July. So give us an idea about your or your comments concerning the inauguration, official inauguration of the Grand Egyptian Museum and its boost effect on the economy.
Now we're talking about the greatest and the most important event in that field in the whole world. Opening opening that museum, the Grand Museum in Giza, means a lot to all scientists of the agriculture, the tourism and the history of Egypt, and of course will draw the attention and attract the attention of millions from abroad, connecting the dots between the new museum in Egypt and the counter museums in the capitals of Europe and the West and the East, even the Hermitage in Moscow, and other like in London, and of course in Berlin and France, connecting those museums all together gives a lot of blood in the veins of our own economy. It gives a lot in the veins of our the touristic moves to Egypt.
Yes, yes.
We are expecting more and more of millions to come and see the new secrets that will be revealed in the new museum. It will be revealed for the whole world for the very first time, because some of the antiques were hidden in the large closets. Yes. in the old museum in Tahrir. Yes. The new one will reveal secrets untold, never told before, to the whole world. That means a lot to our own history, our own civilization, connecting even the Egyptians with their own civilization, with their own great history, the cradle of life and the cradle of civilization all over the world.
Yes. Concerning also we're still in the same point, which is the official inauguration of the Grand Egyptian Museum, and the budget for the inauguration ceremony, which is going to be extended for 10 days or 2 weeks. It's not only going to be inauguration of one day. The ceremony is going to extend for 10 days or 2 weeks. Concerning that several countries are competing to enter as sponsors for the inauguration ceremony, which is going to take from 10 days to 1 month. Give us an idea about the importance of this for the economy of Egypt.
Well, of course, besides the important and the positive effect to that event to our own economy, we are expecting even more huge opening night for that grand museum, as that brings back in our memory the same thing that happened in Luxor 4 or 5 years ago. The great event that was opened by Mr. President
in Karnak. Yes.
The same thing, even more, even larger, even bigger, even wider, will be expected in the opening of that new museum. That means a lot to our own economy, because, as I have said, we have the largest history, and that history means economically has its own positive effect economically. We need even more. We need even more people to come and see our own civilization proof, living proof that we have the most ancient and the oldest civilization that goes back almost 10,000 years ago.
Yes.
And of course, the lots of trades, lots of economical veins, lots of economical threads connected to the same industry. We're talking about a whole lot of industry, not just visiting or not just traveling. We are talking about a whole lot of lines of industry that is connected to that field.
Yes. Well, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Mr. Amr Abdurrahman, journalist, writer, and the political analyst. Thank you very much. I really had the pleasure to have this phono with you. Well, the Egyptian Meteorological Authority expects high chances of the rainfall and thunder in some governorates, with temperatures to fall across the country for the final days of the Coptic month of Mshir, which ends on the 9th of March. Weather maps showcase chances of rain of varying intensity across different areas in the north of the country, accompanied by a slight drop in temperatures throughout the nation from 2 to 4 degrees. The latest satellite images revealed continued proliferation of low and medium rain clouds in scattered areas in the northern parts of the country, and the opportunity is ripe for light rain to fall in areas in Greater Cairo. Wednesday have seen light to moderate rain with possible thunderstorms throughout the northwestern coasts, lower Egypt, Greater Cairo, northern upper Egypt and eastern coasts and Sinai. Winds were active in areas of the northwestern coasts and South Sinai. Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, Cairo Local Time. My name is Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.